All right, welcome back, everybody. The Daytona 500 is tomorrow at 11:30 our time.
Yeah, about that, somewhere in that area.
But
it'll be doing it much earlier than that. A lot of pre-show entertainment.
Sure. But this is going to be really different.
You ever noticed a sport that puts their Super Bowl first and the rest of the season last? Yeah,
I hadn't thought of it that way.
Well, that's how NASCAR has always done it. They always do the Daytona 500, which is you can win that race and nothing else in your career, and you're the real deal.
Right.
It's all new for this year. We have a brand new next-gen car. It's composite bodies. It's got independent rear suspension. The tranny different in the rear. They've dropped the horsepower from 750 to 670. They put a 5-speed transmission in it.
Okay.
Remember, we used to have the 5 lug nuts, and the lugs would fall up.
Yeah, you watch them.
All gone. Now it's a center nut that's magnetized. It stays in the gun. But let's get to the real meat and potatoes. You and I talked about it on the break. Why do people watch NASCAR?
Crashes.
Composite body with foam in the front and the rear, I don't know. Logano smacked the wall pretty hard during one of the dual races Thursday or Friday. Wasn't a whole lot of damage, so I don't know. Everybody, when they watch the Daytona 500, it's the big one. You know, what's the big one going to be all about? I don't know, but I think it's a smart move. They're going from the 15-inch tire wheels to 18, different brake packages. They're putting a camera inside the car. Everything is totally changed.
What were you telling me about the spoilers?
Well, the whole bottom of the car now is sealed, where before it wasn't. It's going to have I think this race is going to have a 4-inch little bill on the back just to keep the tail end down.
Right.
The other thing that they did with the engine horsepower reduction is they put exhaust out on both sides. They put the exhaust farther forward, where normally it would come out right in front of the rear wheel. Now it's right behind the front wheel. The other thing they did is they moved the numbers much farther forward, so there's more room for advertising on the side of the car.
Right.
So they've done rack and pinion steering. I mean, they've done all kinds of things. One, to keep costs down, where before they would go out and source all their own parts for the cars, the Fords, the Chevys, and the Camrys. Now you're going to buy it all from NASCAR. And it's all going to be regulated as far as price-wise goes, which is good. But the race is going to be long. It's going to be exciting. 101,000 people will be at Daytona
full capacity.
Tomorrow. Yeah, full capacity. If you'll notice, it kind of gives you that NFL Super Bowl mentality.
Yeah.
Well, a guy by the name of Steve Phelps showed up in 2018, and guess where he came from?
NFL.
So he is trying to, and what they're trying to do, no offense, but they don't care whether you and I go or watch the race. They're looking for the younger generation. They want to keep that enthusiasm up. A lot of the older drivers are having a little difficulty with the car because it's not what they're used to doing. The younger drivers seem to be able to take to it fairly well. More teams are coming in because of the cost factor, but it is going to be a show.
Well, what were you telling me about the computer somehow knows if the car is going to get airborne and flip, and there are...
Well, they've got flaps. When one flap comes up, it triggers another flap on the underside of the car to try to keep the car on the ground. Because you really don't want to get these cars upside down at 200 miles an hour.
Sure.
I mean, it's not the most fun on the planet.
So in a nutshell, we're talking about cars that are lighter, less powerful,
right,
and less likely to crash.
Right, and they seem to go through the air different than before.
Okay.
I don't know if this is gonna be totally new.
Yeah,
Everybody's gonna watch this race from NASCAR all the way down to the entry-level person watching to see how is the rest of the season gonna go out. 40 cars on the track. Pit times used to be 13, 14 seconds. Now it's going to be
less.
Under 10.
Wow.
Under 10.
With that one lug nut.
With that one lug nut. So, in fact, they'll have the tires changed quicker than they will the fuel.
Wow. That's going to be something to watch.
It's going to be watched. I mean, I'm looking forward to it as well.
Are you going to be on the show with us tomorrow morning?
Yes, I will.
Okay,
we're going to be doing Touch a Truck.
We'll talk about it some more then.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, at least touch on it, but this is the one you brought for today.
Yeah, we're going to do this right after we take a break. This is the new Jeep Rubicon 392, 475 horsepower.
Wow.
I mean, do you want to climb up a sand dune, or do you want to
big
seriously?
Time. All right, don't go anywhere. We're coming back with this Jeep.